right, bud, I'm ready to see some water running in the shower. You ready to turn the main on?
Let's do it.
All right, you gotta watch where you take a knee out here in Texas.
That's right.
Look at those red ants. All right, here we go, bud. I got it.
Hey, what's that noise? Oh my gosh. Turn it off, Dad.
Turn it off, turn it off. What happened?
I don't know. There was just water pouring out of the plastic right there. I guess
Out of
something
the
in
water
there.
heater?
Yeah, something in there burst.
Oh, during the freeze,
Yeah.
'cause there's no heat back here.
Right.
Well, looks like we're gonna be eco-smart technicians today.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take this cover off, see what's up. I got a little screw right here. We did turn the power off. You see any leaks, bud? I see a
Yeah.
little water here. Oh, look at this. Look at that. That's it right there. It completely blew the bottom of this little tank off. This is where the water gets heated. If you're gonna want to use that shower we just built, bud, looks like you got to fork over some money for a new water heater.
Dang it.
All right, there it is right there, homedepot.com. Let's put in the order.
What the heck? Hey,
Hey, I got a new water heater here for stud pack.
dude, that was like 10 seconds. Dude, you gotta watch where you're kneeling.
That along with my poison ivy I got while we were disc golfing, I'm torn up.
It looks like they just screwed it right through the plastic and they made their own holes.
Let me guess, with drywall screws.
Yep, you got it. Drywall screws right there. Everything in this house is attached with drywall screws.
All right, all my wires are disconnected. I'm just gonna pull this out. There's no clamp or anything. All right, cool. So my plan is to see if I can spin this one off of the factory fitting, off of this one, and the whole thing will spin inside the PEX, do both sides, and just spin them back on. This is gonna act like a union right here, more or less. Let's see if that's gonna work, guys, because we are not set up for this kind of PEX.
No, we gotta use what we got right here.
There we go, perfect. All right, well, the PEX is spinning, not where I wanted to, but it's spinning back here on this 90, but that's fine. Check it out. See that? Just back that whole side off, and then we'll do the other side. Remove the last screw. We should be good to go to put in the new unit and have some hot water for your shower. Finally. Woo! All right, let's pull that last screw out. You said there's just one more, Jordan?
Yep, on the left side.
Man, that's in an awkward place.
I know.
All right, this new one should go up, no problem. There's a 1/2-inch compression nut and a ferrule or an olive for our friends in England. And it's made to go in right here and adapt to 1/2-inch copper. We don't have 1/2-inch copper. We have this PEX we're trying to adapt to. Now, previously, they used the compression fitting right here that came with the water heater, but they didn't use the ferrule. They just put pipe tape on here and called it good, and it held. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the ferrule in there without a piece of tubing and let the ferrule create the seal. And then we're good to go to put our PEX fitting, our female adapter, onto our water heater. I think that's our best bet, because remember, this is only temporary also, just like the shower. So let's get both sides of these piped up, ready to put in on our PEX, get it wired up. We should have hot water. I think that's all I'm willing to go, bud.
All right.
All right.
Screwing it in the same way with drywall screws?
No, that wasn't a drywall screw. That was a certified water heater installation screw.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I say we turn the water on now before we hook up the power, just in case we got a leak.
Give me a holler.
How they looking up there?
Good. Look at that water flow, man. Can't wait till you take a shower.
Nice. Come on, man.
This was a pain.
Drips.
Oh,
Oh.
here, Rad.
Thanks, yeah.
Hold it. All right, cool. I got that one stopped.
Nice.
I think you got a leak over here.
What?
What's going on?
The manifold. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, maybe turn it off. It'll stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely turn it off.
Nope. Made it worse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and guys, I also wanted to let you know that we got some more drips here. So if we open this up, it's all wet under there.
Oh, geez, look at the drywall.
We're having fun.
Where's the water coming from?
Oh.
What? That's not the P-trap.
Nope.
That's why there's no water pressure. It's all coming out under here. Oh man, this house, dude. All right, guys, here's what's up. The Laundry Lab Hot cartridge or the shutoff valve is leaking. So we tried it on this valve here. There are 2 prongs in the back. If I squeeze those prongs, we can pull the cartridge out. So we're gonna pull the cartridge out that's leaking, see if we can fix it, maybe with one of these that's not leaking. Use the parts from these spares for this one. So my next trick is to try to get the needle nose behind here and squeeze those 2 prongs together, and then Rad is gonna pull the cartridge out. Oh man, there's so much stuff in my way. Nice. Perfect. Woo! Nice. Oh, dude. All right.
Well, the O-rings look intact, dang it.
All right, we've got our 2 cartridges out. We're gonna swap them, see if that fixes the leak. If it does fix the leak on this one, now this one's gonna leak, but we can easily dry that off. Maybe you can fill that with Lexel or something, Jordan. Rad, what do you think? And put this one back, because we don't need it.
Nice. What?
Man. All right, now this one's leaking, but we fixed that.
Nice.
Now it's this guy. See it?
Try and push it in further.
More?
Maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's not set all the way.
Maybe it's not. Maybe they got pushed out. All right, Jordan, how hot do you want this thing?
Send it to like 120.
Well, that's where we're at.
Right on.
Cool. You want to go test that shower?
Let's do it.
Let's go do it. You gonna tighten those? I don't remember. We're gonna find out. You good there? No, it's on.
It is?
Yeah. I'm moving out of the way.
I love water, I got this. So yeah, so we had so much crud in that filter. Look at that water pressure.
Nice.
Now we're talking. It was just clogged up, that little screen.
Yeah.
Weird.
When you turned it to hot, it like stopped working.
Yeah.
There can't be that much trash in the PEX line.
I mean, there's a lot of trash in this house.
Ugh. Trash in the lines, just trash everywhere, dude.
Dude, your house is disgusting.
So as long as the water's on here to the house, this is what we've got. Oh my goodness. So when I'm taking a shower, the whole house is taking a shower.
You need a bunch of slippery when wet signs.
All right, gang, got the water heater installed. We turned on the breaker for the water heater, didn't work. So the panel obviously was mislabeled. It's a good thing we always check our wires. It was actually a 50 amp 2-pole breaker that was not labeled, so we're good to go here. We got 120 degree water everywhere. We may bump that up a little after your first shower. You're gonna see how you feel. So we got hot water. Now we got another problem. We got a leak in the manifold. We went online and checked these out. They are less than $200, so I think the easiest way is just to replace the whole thing. And then maybe when we tear down this house, we can remove the water heater, remove the manifold, and sell them online or something.
Yeah.
To get a little bit of your money back. Now when we turn the water on, we had a leak under the sink. We had no pressure here. All the water was coming out under the sink. Let's see if we can go figure out what was wrong with that. It's just these little plastic lines under here. Maybe they froze. Oh, check this out. Look at that. This is coming from the, let me turn it for you. You can see better. This is coming from the hot faucet. This is coming from the cold faucet. But this guy clips onto the spout and it's off. I wonder if when it froze, it just pushed itself off if they didn't click it. Let's see if I can get it to click on. Listen. Oh, nice. I heard it click.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on.
Okay.
Oh, the water's not on. Oh my gosh.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's like, all right, here we go.
You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good down
Yeah.
here. All right, nice.
I'm good, but
All right.
this sucker's spraying.
Yeah, it's getting worse the longer we leave the water on. Jeez. All right, turn this off. So you can see our big leak right here. We're just going to change this whole manifold, and that should be the end of our water problems with this old house.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
We got some water leakage out here.
All right, what do we got? Well, you can see the old pipe for the washing machine. It's just pulled out of here. Probably was never glued. Let's just cap that and we should be good to go. Oh, that feels good. That's warm water. All right, now that we got the water problems figured out, let's head back in the house, see if we can get this thing livable for you, bud. You got to get out of our house.
That's true. I know. I'm with you there.
All right.
All right, let's get this thing livable.
We just hooked down in there. Pipe.
So we got our drain right here, our condensate drain. And then on the other side, we've got power. And where's our line set?
Right there.
There's our line set. Now we had a tech.
That to be a cut set.
Yep, we had a tech come out checked these units out, basically condemned them and evacuated the system. So we're just gonna cut everything.
Here we go.
Oh, it's got junk in it.
Gross. Bang. All right, so we're probably just gonna patch this up with drywall, definitely, because I mean that's a hole straight to the exterior of the building right through there.
Yep.
Bunch of holes to the exterior.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we'll just take this bracket down.
Yep. Take this
wood
part,
down.
yeah, and patch it. Easy.
Match it with drywall.
How many of those do we have?
2. We
Okay.
do have one in the tool room, but we're probably not gonna do that. The main concern is just the bugs getting in here.
Right.
There's so many
So
bugs.
many bugs,
It's
yep.
disgusting. So we're really just trying to start the process now of covering everything up, sealing everything up. So this
Cool.
is step 1 in that process.
Cool. All right.
All right, we got those units out of the wall real simple. Now it's time to get this fridge out of the house. I'm super bummed about this because I was actually looking forward to using this refrigerator. It's really nice. A Frigidaire gallery. Unfortunately, we can't use it. Look in here, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if you clean that. I would never put
Wait.
my food in there.
Is
Yeah.
that apple juice?
Yeah, that is apple juice, dude.
Dude, I love apple juice. Give me that.
Nice, dude. So we're gonna take the doors off and just take it outside. We might hose it down and do something with it, but I'd rather just buy a cheap one on Marketplace. And
It actually works.
it does work.
And the whole back has been cut out.
Yeah.
The sheet metal back has been cut out of this thing. So somebody's worked on it. But we plug it in, it gets cold, so we may just, yeah, like what you said.
Cool.
Easy. Coming through the window. It's too far to go around the house. Going all the way.
All right.
I love this dolly because it actually has stair climbers just for that purpose. Love it.
All right, gang, that old nasty refrigerator is in the backyard, and we actually had a spare one. We gave this one to Jordan a while ago, so we put it in the kitchen, and that's gonna be fantastic. And check this out. One of the ways we are gonna save money and be able to build that house is by eating our lunch here with the food we bring instead of eating out every day, and it's gonna be much healthier anyway. So check that out.
Nice.
Already got it stocked. We already have a list of things we need.
Yeah.
What's for lunch today? Somebody's gotta go get lunch and all
Right.
that.
And I'm gonna put a grill out here, and I just plan on grilling every night. I don't think I'm gonna use this kitchen at all. So I'm gonna grill every single night. We're actually gonna run a line to that propane tank out there.
Oh, we got propane for years.
Yep, I bought that
awesome.
propane, might as well use it.
Awesome.
And so we're gonna grill lunch. We got chicken, whatever we want. We got it right there.
Nice.
So it is the next day, guys, and yesterday after we removed the refrigerator from the house, we had to rush home and get all cleaned up and get all suited up because we actually had to go to the city council meeting and they had to give us the final green light to demolish this house. And we are so happy to say that they gave us the green light to completely demolish this house. And that was really the first huge hurdle that we had to get through. I would say buying the house was the first huge hurdle.
Right.
And I actually might want to tell that story later on if
It's a
you
great
guys are
story,
if you guys are willing to hear it, how I was able to get this house. I almost didn't get the house. So now that we're clear to demolish the house, Dad and I want to start getting the lot prepared. We're not demolishing this house anytime soon, of course, because we're doing this project in phases. And the first phase is to build the garage, which is going to be like right here. But to prepare for the garage build, we want to do like drains, utilities, internet, conduits, and all of that.
Right, underground stuff.
Right. So the first step is obviously to call 811. They're coming tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. So we want to do the best we can to mark the site for the new house and the new garage. So I think that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get the plans out and kind of see now that the area is cleared, right? We can spray paint that and really get the best visual that we've been able to have in person for the new buildings.
So remember, 811 is a free call. You call 811 to get the 411, so you're not calling 911.
That's right.
All right, here's our site plan, and Jordan and I are standing about right here in the middle of the new driveway, and as you can see, we are 64 feet 8 inches back from the middle of this utility pole to the front of our slab. So let's grab our 100-foot tape measure and some paint, and let's start marking out the new building.
Let's do it.
All right. So as you can see, these little posts, that's our picket fence right behind me, and Jordan's property line is actually on the other side of that. So let's go over here to the fence. So this side of the top rail, this 2x4, is this property line. So we can just hook the tape right there and pull off for our setback.
Cool.
All right, our setback for the garage is 5 feet. So I'm gonna try to hook this somewhere, Jordan.
Yeah. It's not critical.
It's not. I'll just go up here and
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
Here, I'll hold it. You got it.
5 feet, right there.
Sweet.
And the building's 28.4 wide, so I'm gonna go 33.4, right? And that's the other side of the garage. Wow.
Really? Wait, what? You said 33.4?
28.4 is the width of the building, plus
Right.
our 5 feet is 33.
Dang. Once the leaves blow away, that mark is gone.
Here, I'll put a mark on the propane tank.
Yeah.
That way we always have it.
Nice.
All right.
So if that's the edge of the garage, Dad, then that means that from there to here is our breezeway? That seems really skinny now that I'm seeing it in person.
It looks skinny, but remember, this side of the original house is not going to be here. The new house gets built about 2 feet further that direction.
Oh, that's right.
So your breezeway is going to be like 8'4". I think that's going to be perfect.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, we got the front of the building located. Now we got to locate the back, and it's simply a matter of pulling the tape. 26 feet.
Yep, that's all right. Cool. So this is our first time, Dad, actually being able to like visualize this property like this, because we had the shed in the way, the trees in the way. So
propane tank.
yeah, so now that it's all cleared up, this is really going to be our first visualizer of what it's going to look like. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Check it out, we have the entire garage footprint spray painted basically on the leaves with orange paint, and we did some highlights in blue. For example, this blue right here, that's our staircase going up to the second floor. And over here behind Jordan, you sneak behind him, we have a 16-foot garage door. Now, already, based on what we spray painted, Jordan and I have been kicking around some things, and we already feel like we want to make some changes.
Yeah.
Like this door needs to be wider, and a bunch of you commented on that already. 16 is just too narrow for a 2-car garage. And then on the back, we have a 10-foot wide garage door, which is plenty for access to the backyard. But we might move it to the right a little bit, center it up in the building, who knows? But it looks great. I'm so excited to see this. Can't wait to get to work.
I'm thinking that this door is placed where it is because I want to have maybe some storage over here for like tool chests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If we scoot it over this way, then if you have a car parked here, then you won't have any room on this wall for anything like that. So I think that's kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah.
But of course, that's what we're here to find out, right?
Absolutely.
Well, cool, man. When the utility company comes out tomorrow, they're going to have a really good idea of where the new garage is going to be.
Yep.
So when we come back tomorrow, hopefully there will be stakes in the ground. We might even catch them on the job.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the only paint we're going to see is at the street because there's nothing back here that's buried. We already know that. The electric's overhead, the phone line's overhead. We know where the internet is because they just buried it.
Right.
There's no gas.
Yep.
We dug up the propane already.
Yep.
The only thing underground that I don't know where it is the sewer line.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna buy one in Pro Broads and we'll find it. It comes right under this propane tank, and I'm pretty sure it's got to head towards the street at some point.
Isn't that what they're going to do tomorrow?
I don't know if they do sewer or not.
Huh.
We'll find out.
But as far as this garage goes, we've got the green light to demolish this, which pretty much means we can begin on this.
Yep.
The slab isn't going to change. The layout might change, the size of the doors, the places where we decide to put different things, and how we utilize maybe some under stair space. But as far as the slab goes, I think it's set in stone that it's going to be that size. I mean, I think this is a real good size. Yeah, so we might be able to encroach right here on the right side of the building, maybe just a tad bit, but I don't want to go too much because I think this wall is really where it's going to be at. We'll probably have the pressure washer. I want to get one of those pressure washers on a hose reel, right?
Oh,
Retractable.
cool.
Right, so we'll have a water line probably ran in this wall somewhere for the pressure washer, hot and cold water, and then tool chests all up along this wall.
Our sewer line from the upstairs is going to be coming down this wall.
Yep.
So I think it'd be great to put a utility sink in the garage.
Definitely have a sink to
Stainless
wash
steel,
up.
2
For
compartment
sure.
Sink. Yep.
For
It's
sure.
Awesome. So Jordan, I feel like we made great progress on this video, right? We're getting you moved in there, and we're getting this building going finally.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been such a long time.
It has been a long time.
But after 811 comes tomorrow and locates all the utilities, we can put our stakes in our corners and start planning out how we're going to build this foundation. It's
Just-
going to be a big job.
Just calling 811 is such a morale booster, right? They're
is.
going to come out here. We're going to have stakes in the ground, man. It's going to be so awesome.
Paint all over the streets.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
And when the manifold comes in tomorrow, we'll have hot water.
That's right.
So it's going to be a beautiful day here at the Stud Pack House.
All the necessities of life happen tomorrow. Jordan and I are super excited about finally getting this garage going, starting to build it. Can't wait to pour this slab. So if you think you have some utilities under your like button, just call 811. They'll locate them for you, smash it for us. Please subscribe, ask a question, and we'll see you on the very next Stud Pack video.